In this video, I will not only talk about the wars of the Vikings, but also their social life, cultural values, and their role in history. Around 350 AD, when the migration period began, not all Germanic tribes moved south. Some groups, especially those who remained in Scandinavia, continued to live there. In fact, Scandinavia was quite a favorable region for them. It served as a natural barrier against Hun invasions, while also offering rich fishing waters and vast forests. While other Germanic tribes moved toward Rome and Britain, those who stayed in the north continued to develop their own culture. The origin of the term Viking is not entirely certain, but it is generally believed to mean seafarer or raider. According to other sources, it may also refer to someone who sets out on a journey or expedition. Different societies referred to Vikings by different names. For example, Slavs called them Rus, while the English often referred to them as Danes. But keep this in mind, Vikings were not a single nation. Scandinavia consisted of many different kingdoms, which sometimes united to carry out raids. So, were the Vikings aware of Europe? Yes, they were. Unlike what is often shown in TV series, there was no "wow, we just discovered a new land" moment. They simply didn't feel the need to go there, as eastern trade routes were already sufficient for them. However, things began to change in the 7th and 8th centuries. The population increased, trade expanded, and most importantly, Viking ship technology improved significantly. They were now able to travel across open seas with ease. Also, when you think of Vikings, don't just imagine warriors. In reality, many of them were farmers, fishermen, or traders. Farmers, fishermen, or traders. But at that time, the path to wealth was quite clear. Either you produce yourself, or you take what others have produced. Vikings often preferred the second option, sir. Their society was also hierarchical. At the top was the king, below him were the nobles, jarlers. Then came the free people, bondi, and at the bottom were slaves. However, social mobility was possible. If you gained enough wealth through raids, you could rise in status. Women in Viking society were also quite remarkable. Compared to the rest of Europe, they were much more independent. They could own property. They could get divorced. They could manage households, and they weren't exactly delicate either. When necessary, they could even take part in conflicts. Their legal system included assemblies called thing, where people gathered to make decisions. But here's the interesting part. If someone harmed you, there wasn't really an authority you could complain to. Someone stole your horse? Go and take it back yourself. In many cases, even killing could be seen as acceptable. Because of this, violence was quite common in Viking society. From the early centuries of the Viking Age, raids began to occur, especially targeting the coasts of England. So why were they so feared? They struck quickly and disappeared just as fast. They didn't follow conventional rules, and they looked truly intimidating. Just imagine a group of warriors wearing wolf skins suddenly running toward you on a beach with axes in their hands. Over time, Vikings became known not only as raiders, but also as explorers and warriors for hire. For example, they served as elite guards of the Byzantine Emperor Varangians. They established a ruling dynasty in Russia. They reached Greenland and even North America. Yes, they reached America before Columbus, but they couldn't stay there permanently. The main reason was their limited numbers. Finally, let's talk about their ships. Viking ships were truly remarkable. They could travel both on rivers and in open seas. They were fast and highly maneuverable, suitable for both warfare and trade. In short, a big part of Viking success came from this advanced ship technology.